Welcome to Keep Britain Biking with me, Rob Hoyles, and him,
Alan Dowds.
Aye.
I didn't know I was supposed to say my name there.
Ah.
Right, we're here at DMP Performance near Croydon, where our friend Dan works, who's a lovely man. DM Performance, DMP Performance, DM Performance.
Otherwise it's Daniel Miles Performance.
I've said that to him for years.
Right, okay.
Just listen. We're here at DM Performance Motorcycles, which is a lovely spot of a sunny day.
Yeah.
And we're still a little bit in lockdown, aren't we?
We are.
Hence the hair, hence the hat, hence the social distance. 2 metres. Off you go, Corona boy. And what are we going to talk about today, Rob?
Tyres.
Tyres.
It's our workshop tips thing. We're going to talk about tyres. If you haven't seen it already, we've done brakes. I shouldn't have said that because we're going to do them in any order.
If you've got a time machine and you haven't seen it, then go back in time and watch it, and then you'll see.
Same applies if it's in the future. You could use your,
Well, we'd
anyway.
like to just get some sort of bite-size daily maintenance tips, things you can do to keep your bike in
tip-top
good order.
condition. Yeah.
Tip-top, good order. And tyres is a good thing to talk about because it's very important, but it's also quite easy.
Yeah.
Not a complicated task to keep top of your tyres. And this is it's a safety thing. There's only two things holding you on the road: the front tyre and the back tyre, and look after them.
Yeah, it's amazing how many people skimp on not just having decent tyres, but actually maintaining the tyres they've got.
Yeah.
Because it's not difficult. It's really easy to pump them up and check the pressures and have a look at them from time to time, like every day. But
so the first thing I would say is pressure is very easy to check, and get in the mindset of doing it regularly, daily. Arguably, if you're riding every day, check your tyre pressures every couple of days, certainly. But just keep an eye on how much air is inside them, because it makes such a massive difference.
It makes a huge difference. Even day to day, people think, well, that's a bit much doing it every day. I don't want to check my pressures every day. But if you have, in England, you can have a day that's 12 degrees, and the next day it's 30 degrees.
Yeah.
And your tyre pressure is going to change massively, just with pressure. So,
if the pressures are wrong, your handling goes to pot. You use more fuel. The steering gets slow, and if it gets really bad, it's dangerous. You
definitely.
You lose grip.
You can cause premature tyre wear, so they won't last as long. There's all sorts of things can go wrong if you don't just do that simple thing of checking your pressure. So it really is. Okay. We're banging on about it a bit now, but I think we should do because it's really important. So
the correct pressure is quite easy to find. Your owner's manual for the bike. There might be a sticker under the seat or on the swing arm.
Or good old Google.
Phone a dealer.
Yeah.
Be friends with a dealer. Say hello to the dealer. Hello, dealer. They probably won't charge you an hourly rate to tell you the tyre pressures for your bike.
I wouldn't have thought so.
But maybe they will. Times are hard. So watch for that.
Yeah.
So find out where the pressures are. Front tyre, it's 36 psi.
Yeah, general ballpark. Yeah.
You can do it in bar or kilograms per square centimetre as well.
I like to stick to good old PSI. I'm well into my 40s. I'm not European.
Men here, we're old men, aren't we? PSI. 36 for the front, 38, 40, 42 for the back, depending. The back varies a bit more than the front end, doesn't it?
Yeah, generally. That's the other thing. There's often a range on the back as well. If you're carrying a pillion, then often it'll be the higher end of the range. If you're on your own and you're quite small, it'll be the lower end of the range. If you're in between that,
find out where it should be. So you're starting from a position of knowledge, and then the pressure gauge.
Yeah.
You can buy them for £1 on eBay.
Although I wouldn't, I'd spend at least a tenner. Get something decent.
Get a decent one. Even Halford's, going to Halford's will get a reasonable one if need
Get a
be.
decent one, it'll last a lifetime.
Pencil gauge, little digital gauges, dial gauges. There's lots of different varieties. Get something. Get something. Find out what it should be and check them regularly. That's pretty straightforward, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Okay. After pressure, I suppose the next thing you'd want to think about is the wear, tyre wear.
Yeah.
Are my tyres worn?
Yeah.
What happens if my tyres wear?
Well, once you,
So, the profile changes, doesn't it, I guess? If you do a lot of motorway miles...
the profile changes, and it's the same whether you're doing motorway miles or doing lots of cornering. They'll wear one part of the tyre or the other will wear. If you're going up and down the motorway all day, especially if you're accelerating hard, you're going to end up with a square back tyre. Front tyre, generally a front tyre will last twice as long as a rear tyre, as a minimum. Unless you're riding hard on track, which we're not talking about now because that will get into the nuances of pressures, compounds, blah, blah, blah. It's like a science in itself. Talking purely for the road. Yeah, lots of straight line stuff that's going to square your tyres off.
Yeah,
That will make your bike turn horribly.
yeah. So there's the shape of the tyre. If the shape of the tyre wears into an unpleasant shape, it's an effect of handling. The actual depth of the tread remaining, that's the legal issue, I suppose, isn't it? And the legal limit is 1 millimetre over.
Sure. So you could end up with the shoulders of your tyre if you never go around corners with 6 mil of tread, and you could have 2 mil of tread in the middle. So legally, it's absolutely fine. It flies for an MOT, but the bike will feel absolutely awful when you try and ride it. As soon as you turn into a corner, it will want to go straight on. So
I mean, when it comes to cars, people use the tyres till they're illegal, then they change them.
They're square.
With bikes, I think people, if you're interested in the handling of your bike, you'll change the tyres more regularly. When the profile goes rather than when it becomes illegal.
Totally, yeah.
In terms of an MOT fail, it's 1 millimetre, isn't it? Over 70% of the tread.
Yeah, which is why you can have these sports tyres now with slick shoulders, because there only needs to be tread over a percentage of the surface of the tyre. So,
okay, there you go. So check the wire. It's a visual check, isn't it? You're just looking to see if there's any bald patches. You can get a little tyre depth gauge meter, I think, can't you? Which gives you the exact millimetres of the depth remaining. Useful, I guess. Okay,
it is useful, but again, I mean, a lot of the tyres now, they'll have wear indicators on them anyway. So you can sort of look between the grooves and there'll be like another sort of like lump lower down, if you like, when they're new, and when it wears, it'll be level with that lump. So
you can check that.
That's an easy way to check as well.
Okay. So pressures, check your pressures regularly, check the wear, keep an eye on the wear regularly. And I suppose the other one is damage. I mean, that can happen at any time, can't it? You ride over a sharp
hit a square edge like a curb or any sort of bump or pothole. Especially at the moment with the potholes, lockdown coming after winter, not so many people out repairing the roads.
Rob issuing some gammon sense here, Potholes, the most important thing facing society nowadays. You're right. And the sidewall tyre is the most susceptible to unpleasant damage, and it's the weakest part of the tyre.
And often it's damage that you don't notice so much as well. It's kind of you can bulge a tyre by hitting a curb or a pothole, and you don't really realise you've done too much unless you look.
So you're looking for cuts, cuts or bits of chunks have been pulled out,
or a bulge,
edge, or a bulge. Cracking. You can't get to cracking on older
tyres.
You
do on older tyres. It's
not necessarily the end of the world if it's cosmetic.
It can be like a sort of surface kind of
and the very top layer of rubber.
But it's never a good sign anyway. It's
if your tyres are starting to crack, start changing your tyres realistically.
It's something you'll spot as well when you're looking for, if you're buying a second-hand bike, especially if it's something a bit old, a bit of a classic maybe. If the bike's been stood, have a look at the tyres, look at the condition, and also, which we'll show you later, have a look at the date code. Because the tyres could look amazing, they could look like brand new tyres, but they could be 15 years old, in which case you need to change them.
I've had that, definitely. I've had that with bikes. Punctures. That's the biggest problem with tyres. People that don't think about tyres suddenly have to think about tyres when there's no air in them.
Yeah, exactly that. And the thing is, tyres now, to be fair, the carcass technology's come on so much that punctures are quite unusual now. But you can still ride over something sharp enough to pierce a tyre. It doesn't happen very often, not like it used to. But
the more a tyre's worn, the thinner the rubber, so the easier it's to puncture as well. So that's another argument for not letting your tyres wear down to the very last minute.
Exactly, yeah.
So punctures, you can repair them at the side of the road to get you home, which is important on a bike, because you don't have a spare tyre like you have with a car usually. So you can get an aerosol can.
Yeah, they're very good. It's like a sealant that sprays around and it flings itself into the holes,
if I'm going on a medium trip or a longer trip, I'll stick one in my rucksack.
Definitely worth doing,
It helps you out.
You're a sensible chap, Alan.
Despite the hat and the idiotic accent. So you have the aerosol can puncture repairs. You've got the, what do you call it?
Dog turds. I mean, the ones we've got is I know. The ones we've got are black. The ones we've got are black, but the ones we use, the same as the ones we use off road, and they're usually brown. And you sort of feed them in with a kind of knitting needle kind of thing. You twist them and pull them around, and it just fills the hole up.
It's like cords and rubber compound, and you push it in the hole, and it kind of seals the hole.
Yeah, and they're brilliant.
And you can sort of pump the tyres up with little CO2 canisters.
Yeah.
Not nitrous oxide. Take them for. They cheer you up later on.
Yeah, you give them to the kids in the neighbourhood.
So puncture side of the road, you can just get your whole options.
Yeah, I mean, they're perfect for that. It's better than being stuck at the side of a motorway.
It's worth investing in the kit, and it's worth practicing how to use it as well, or at least make yourself aware how you're supposed to use it. Professional repairs, puncture repairs, once you've got home, take the tyre to a place like Dan's or a proper bike shop, and they can take the tyre off the wheel and put a proper mushroom
proper plug in it,
from the inside, and then the tyre's as good as new, really. You can use it for as long as you would.
I mean, there are some sort of caveats to that. Sometimes if the hole is in a certain part of the tyre, it is scrap. But you're really unlucky if that's the case. Generally, it can be
damage
fixed.
to the sidewall. That's not very good.
No.
And if the tyre's really worn already, the dealer might say it's not worth it.
Exactly.
So you go. In terms of general tyres, I mean, it's worth making sure you've got the right tyres for the bike as well. This is this Tenere 700 is a kind of dirt biased dual purpose thing. So the tyres on that, they're good on the road, but they've got big knobbles to make them more suitable for a bit of off-road.
Yeah, they're kind of these kind of tyres. They are okay off-road. I mean, they're not great.
The Pirelli Scorpions. Pirelli Scorpion Rally.
Yeah, I mean, they are
very
probably
good on the road, actually.
I was going to say they're better on the road than they are off the road, but they are just about okay on the road, especially conditions like they are now. They're fairly dry. They haven't got to move loads of mud or bite into and find loads of grip. They're pretty good. But again, you know, with this bike, unusual from most other bikes that we talk about. You know, you might want to change your tyres from time to time. You might want to have these for road. If you go on an adventure, you might want to put some 2KCs on or something.
I don't ride off road really at all, so if I had
these
this
would
bike,
be perfect.
I would put a more sport touring tyre on. So you know, sport touring for mileage, but still decent grip and good weather performance. If you want to do track days, get some sportier. You know, if you want to go off road, get some, as you say, the TCK or TCK or TKC?
TKC.
TKC.
Yeah, they're brilliant
What's
things.
it mean? What does it stand for?
I'm not sure.
Terrain Crappy Champion.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing, and that's the other thing with tyres. We won't go on too much, so we're trying to keep it tight. But it's another thing that's a bit of a bugbear of mine with sports bike riders on the road, is that they feel they have to have Super Corsa, Dunlop races, track tyres, because and you don't, especially if the weather's not particularly warm. Today you'd get away with it. On a cold day, you know, these tyres are designed to be used with tyre warmers. Their operating temperature's really hot because they're used to being thrashed around a circuit on the road. They're hopeless. You're better off with a sports touring tyre.
Get tyres suitable for the job in hand.
Yeah, for the type of riding that you're doing, you know, and ask people. You know, if you're not sure, then ask someone.
Also worth checking that you've got the right size tyres on it, especially if you're buying a used bike. You know, I've bought second-hand bikes before that have had, you know, totally the wrong size tyres. My first ever bike was a CG125, and when I was changing the tyres, I couldn't get the old one off because the man before was a giant of a man. And he'd put, I kid you not, he'd put a 17-inch wheel and an 18-inch rim. A 17-inch tyre and an 18-inch rim.
Wow. Wow.
So yeah, but people fit things that are too wide at the back to be cool. Look at my back end.
Yeah, there was a phase in 600s for a while that everyone was putting 190s on the back. In racing as well as on the road, and it actually was useless. As soon as you put a 180 back on, the bike suddenly handled. But it was a bit of a fad.
So make sure the right tyres are on there, make sure they're not too old. And then you can start looking after them.
Yeah, totally.
So pressures, wear, daily checks, look for damage, have a puncture kit in case of disaster. And that's you.
Yeah, sorted.
You're ready to keep
Britain rolling on decent tyres.
Biking on decent tyres.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it. That's us.